time, Sarah. The main event, Delilah Doom, Simone Williams. We've gone over how personal this is, the background between the two, and how someone let the bright lights of Hollywood throw away a friendship. Simone Williams, reality TV star, doesn't believe the lights shine bright enough for more than one person.
You know, it's really wild to me to see this change in Simone. She's so different than the Simone I trained with. I mean, the Simone I trained with would never use a human to step up into the ring. It is a very tall ring, but still.
Simone really changed, as people do in Hollywood. When they see the cameras, when they see the lights, when they see what fame looks like, it can change people.
Let's not give her that excuse, Jack. Gloria Glitters, that name sounds familiar. That is Delilah Doom's name on WoW. I have also been on WoW. Several. Reina Del Rey is the name of Ruby on WoW. We've all been in Hollywood. We've all been on television. We didn't let the flashing lights change us. That's not an excuse for Simone.
Well, Simone definitely let it get to her head more than just about anybody. But really, the worst part about it, having an ego is one thing. But when it costs someone so much, like Delilah Doom, who clearly, as you hear the people in the VFW Azusa Arena, have grown to love as really the beating pulse of Santino Brothers, had over 500 days as the Intercontinental Champion, defended in deathmatch, defended against all comers, always retained. It was until she trusted Simone Williams that it all came crashing down. But Delilah Doom looks to bring that doom to Simone Williams.
You know, as you mentioned, so Simone is homegrown Santinos. I'm homegrown Santinos. Delilah actually came to Santinos and so quickly became a Santino sister.
Let's throw things over to Pinky Santino.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is your Santino sisters, Women at War, main event! Introducing first, standing to my right, fighting out of Brisbane, Australia, this is Simone Williams! And her opponent, standing to my left, fighting out of the Richard Simmons Academy of Aerobics. She's bringing her thick thighs and jazzercise. She is the queen of aerobic style. This is Delilah Doom!
May not have originally been from Santino's, but you listen to this crowd, she is every bit a Santina.
She won us all over. The trainers, the school owners, the crowd. Delilah is a Santina.
Referee Charlie Wu making sure that there's...
You know, I just realized, I think, when Simone started to change, I don't think it was Hollywood. She changed her hair color. Blonde Simone would have never done this. She would have never hurt anybody. But all jokes aside, one thing these two always had in common for me was that they were the kind of people who seemed so nice that you could take advantage of them. And what a lot of people don't know about either of them is that's actually just simply not true. Delilah may seem as sweet as pie, but you actually cannot take advantage of her, because when she has a goal and she has a drive, whatever she wants to achieve, she is going to do it. And Simone is the exact same way. I mean, the hardships Simone endured just to become a citizen of America, to be honest, to be able to continue to wrestle here. A lot of people don't know that story about what she's been through. So these are two women, I mean, honestly, these are the kind of people I'd love to see in an I Quit match, because I just can't imagine either of them ever saying that they would quit.
Well, you're right. You know, you think of the cardio and the work rate of a Delilah Doom, but then you also see the ego of Simone Williams. Neither of them could I imagine being in a situation where they would do that. Simone, though, rolling through. Simone, again, you know, there's no one more confident in themselves than Simone Williams. There's no one that believes in themselves more than Simone does. Do you think that's going to benefit her, or is that going to be harmful to her?
I think against some opponents, it is a problem. You know, against some opponents, it's going to let you overthink things or not predict things. But against Delilah, I'm just not sure. Delilah, she does look through things through rose-colored glasses. She might not be prepared for another betrayal.
Of course, Simone Williams, you know, she wanted to make it clear that she didn't betray Delilah Doom for money. It wasn't a cash grab for her. For her, it was the fact that Delilah Doom was the champion for so long and getting so much attention and getting so many accolades and so much love from the fans. She just couldn't deal with that. She didn't like that she wasn't the biggest star in Hollywood. And so she had to take it away from her.
Absolutely. I mean, I can totally understand that, too. Like I said, Simone is homegrown. Simone should have more love with this crowd than Delilah as a transplant should have. And not just that, even, oh, wow, right off the top.
Cover.
As I was saying, even with WOW, Simone had something else. She went to WOW, she's somewhere different, somewhere where she could be a star. And then what happened? Delilah followed her right to WOW and became more of a favorite than her.
Delilah Doom, I always say, one of the most lovable wrestlers you're going to come across. Plants Simone down. And this is where you get your steps in. Getting her steps in, walking all over Simone Williams. And this is a more fired up Delilah Doom than I think we're used to seeing. This one, she's always had passion. She's always been fired up about being a champion, being a winner. But this one, you can definitely tell there's a little bit more stank in those punches.
Absolutely, this is personal.
Simone trying to get some reprieve on the outside, nothing doing. And it is few and far between people who can control a crowd like Delilah Doom.
But you gotta watch out. Simone is like one of those Australian snakes in the grass, the incredibly poisonous animals of Australia. That's what we're dealing with right here. Hide in your attic.
Hooks the leg. Only a 1. You see how we talk about being like a snake. Simone Williams, how quickly she was able to strike, grabbing the hair of Delilah Doom as she was getting in the ring. And just like that, everything changed, and Simone Williams is back in control of this thing.
You know, Delilah might have the aerobics going for her, but Simone has actually got a boxing background and a dancing background. Both of those things allow her to move so quickly on her feet and stay so light on her feet. But again, I just have to bring up, neither of these women are the type to quit. I think we're going to see a lot of kickouts. I can't imagine either of them laying down and accepting defeat.
Well, again, when it's so personal as well. This is when there's so much history to these two. Again, they've trained together, they know each other, they've gone through battles. Again, a cover. You'll notice Simone Williams seems to want to put this one away quickly.
Absolutely, that's the smartest thing to do. Because Delilah, actually, kind of similarly to Ruby Reyes, has a little berserker in her, and you don't want to get her to that point. You want to put her down before she fully activates.
Now,
oh, insulting.
Driving the throat across that rope. And those ropes, of course, we say ropes, but steel cables.
Yes, yes, I wish more fans would just let their backs hit that rope one good time and understand that they are not fun, bouncy ropes.
I ran the ropes once.
Yeah,
Once.
bruised, right?
Yeah, stop. Yeah. I hit the ropes and I said, I'm done. And Delilah Doom, this is that fire that we were talking about. Getting back in this thing, diving clothesline, covers. What would it mean to a Delilah Doom if she wasn't able to put away Simone Williams after what Simone did to her?
I think she'd be most disappointed in herself, even more disappointed than she is with Simone, to know that she wasn't able to avenge herself, to prove herself.
I mean, of course, it's one thing to have a wrestler cost you a match. This is pro wrestling. It's conflict business. Things like that happen. But it's a totally another thing to have someone you thought was a friend cost you something. To have someone stab you in the back and cost you everything you'd worked over a year to create. Again, 500-plus days as the inner city champion. I mean, that's just got to hit in a way that nothing in the ring could hurt like.
It's humiliating. It is. And no one likes to be humiliated. And like I said, again, people think they can walk all over Delilah. It's just not going to happen. Oh, on the outside.
Folks, as you can see here, this is Santino Bros. We don't have pads on the outside.
That was just floor.
That is just a concrete type floor.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say concrete because I actually am not a floorologist. I don't know what kind of floor this is, but it's really hard.
I mean, I'm sure for all of our floorologists watching, you can correct me on Twitter. But speaking of Twitter, make sure to hashtag Santino Bros. Talk about the show. Let us know what your favorite matches were, who you'd like to see back.
Especially if you'd like to see me back in commentary. The crowd is on their feet for this match, for everybody watching at home. This is just electrifying.
Scratching and crawling, fighting back into the ring. Delilah Doom makes it.
Maybe wishes she had it.
And just the ruthless nature of Simone Williams. I love the comparison to that Australian snake and just how quickly jumped on her opponent and went after that arm. No remorse with Simone.
No, like I said, it's like I'm looking at a completely different person. This is not the Simone that I trained with. I don't really recognize this person, but it's kind of what happens when you let your ambition get to you to this point.
And you see that finger manipulation there as well, pulling back the arm. This could be it.
Which the referee should really be doing something about. But Simone is so smart. She knows just what she can get away with, just how far she can push it.
And that's that ring generalship there. Seeing that Delilah Doom was getting a bit too close to the rope of that arm, pulling it back, and now just tweaking the submission. Simone, someone who absolutely may have let the bright lights of Hollywood get to her head, but don't be fooled, an incredible tactician in the ring.
Look at the strength of Delilah.
Almost got a cover there.
Neither arm available, was still able to push Simone back.
Looking for that Hurricane Rana, not able to get all of it, but I think the damage still done. It's that Russian leg sweep and then moves into a submission of her own. And now it's Simone who finds herself very far from the ropes. And a maneuver like this, not easy to get out of.
It's definitely not, and it hurts like hell, I'll tell you that.
This trapper keeper type maneuver. Oh, rolled it over. Almost caught Delilah Doom there.
And this is what happens when you train in the same place. You learn a lot of the same tactics.
Yep.
Santino Bros prepared us for anything. In our training, we learned how to wrestle. What if there's no ropes? What if there's no ring? What if the promoter won't pay you? What if the car breaks down? I mean, anything you can think of, we were prepared for here, and you can see it in this match.
How do you prepare to get double stomped in the stomach?
Oh, lots of crunches, but it's still not fun.
Simone.
Should be going for her frog splash, I wonder.
There hasn't been a spotlight that Simone Williams didn't like. Now
Yeah, probably should have pinned earlier, to be honest.
May have gotten the win there if she had.
And it's just an example of how this chasing the spotlight is actually only hurting her. Chasing the spotlight to the point of losing your friends. Maybe if she had friends to train with, she would have remembered that basic, you need to pin your opponent as quickly as possible.
Well, they don't teach you that on the show Traitors.
I just want to point out again, she lost. She wasn't even good at being a traitor.
Simone looking to continue the onslaught. Doom rolls through, cover. Goes behind, roll up. Now Doom trying to put this one away, but just cut off so quickly by the striking prowess of Simone. But Delilah Doom back in this thing. Up and down. This is where the BPMs go up.
I don't know if you've noticed, she's really been targeting Simone's neck, which is an interesting concept because, yeah, you kind of can't do a lot of thinking without a neck.
Well, yeah, you take out the neck. I mean, you take out the ability to breathe. You take out the ability to keep your head on a swivel. A smart maneuver.
After this match, win or lose, Simone's going to be looking like Batman, having to turn her whole body to look behind her.
Delilah Doom.
Coming in hot. Nobody's home.
Took too long to make it happen. Simone. These two know each other so well. You can see the way they're able to continually dodge each other's moves. Delilah Doom loves this tornado DDT. A signature of Delilah Doom for the win.
Oh, almost. This is awesome.
This crowd is absolutely behind Delilah Doom, the former Inner City champion. And now, Delilah Doom takes a turn depositing Simone on the outside like a bag of trash.
That stomp was definitely personal. Nowhere for her body to go. She's just flat against the ground. I mean, she's taking the full force of impact.
You rarely see it from Delilah Doom, but every now and again, as we see here, I think this changed from a wrestling match into a fight. And Delilah again continues to get those elusive 10,000 steps needed every single day, and she's doing it the hard way.
And you know, again, the power of friendship. You see how she used support from someone in the crowd to achieve that. She's not afraid to lean on her friends. It's something Simone could really learn from her.
Well, that's what happens when the fans are at your side.
Oh, what's Delilah thinking?
Delilah might have breaks the count there. Yeah, this is almost a different type of Delilah Doom. I think she wants to fight. I think she wants to get some retribution for everything that Simone cost her, not just get the win.
Definitely, because she could have just gone in and waited for the takedown. Looks like it was a bit of a mistake on her part not to do so. But again, hiding in the grass, that's Snake Simone.
Snake Simone. As now it's Simone's turn to go to work, and I got a feeling we're going to get a plate of chops.
Oh, and not the good kind, not the pork chops, the bad kind.
As this fight continues on the outside.
The crowd is trying to lift Delilah's spirit, and honestly, it can work.
Again, this goes back to Simone betraying Delilah Doom, costing her a 500-plus day run as the Inner City champion. Back at Last Man Standing, that show is streaming on Triller.
This does not bode well for Delilah.
Delilah Doom trying to get a measure of revenge, but to your point, Simone continues to attack the former Inner City champion, and our referee, Charlie Wu, looks to be allowing this one to be a little loose. He knows how personal this fight is.
Oh, how the chairs have turned.
And just...
Oh, no.
Delilah Doom, she wants to go high flying. She doesn't need a turnbuckle. Maybe she's going to do it from right here.
Oh, man, this is going to hurt.
Probably the smarter route to go there.
I'm glad. I was going to look away. The crowd is on their feet. Everyone's phones are out. I hope they're tagging Santino Bros. So
Of course they're.
Later.
Of course they're on their feet. They just took out the front 5 rows. Where are they supposed to?
Well, they could have just moved the chairs back.
No, you're right. This crowd absolutely behind Delilah Doom. Everyone is on their feet.
Oh, again to the hard ground.
And Delilah Doom goes flying. She says this is for day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, all 511 days of my championship that you took away from me. And now it looks like Delilah Doom trying to get this one back in the ring, looking to finally put it away, finally exercise that demon that cost her everything, hooks the leg.
And that's how you know this is about pride on Delilah's part. She could have just got in the ring and waited for a 10 count and won by disqualification. She wants to get the pin. She wants to get the real victory, an undisputed victory. Oh, that berserker we talked about earlier is coming out.
Delilah Doom is woken up, and as she says, Doomies never die. Could be looking for that sparkle motion, could be looking for that star 69. What does she have lined up? Simone grabs the tights and uses that boxing background to punch Delilah Doom right in the face, but Delilah Doom gives her a Groupon 3-for-1 back. Off the ropes, kick from Simone, staggers Doom. Doom plants Simone down. Now both competitors are down on the mat, and this one is back to 0.
I don't know how they're still going. I mean, they are giving each other everything that they have. They're leaving it all in the ring, on the floor, on the chairs. Like I said, neither of them knows the meaning of the word I quit. They cannot give up.
Well, as they always say, the first person to their feet, if either of them get to their feet, could change the complexion of this entire thing. As we're to 7, you know, we talked about neither one giving up. We might end up having a double count out.
They don't have that in them. And literally, they do not have the ability to lay down and let that happen. It's not either of their spirit.
Doom doesn't want to wait until they're on their feet. She wants to get some of that revenge right now. And Simone, in her own way, feels like she was wronged by Delilah Doom having such star power, by Delilah Doom being such a champion. In her own twisted way, Simone thinks that she's in the right here.
That's the problem with the narcissist.
As both fighters get to their feet, Delilah Doom getting the advantage. Punches and bunches, ducks down. Could be going for that post check. No. Simone fights out of it. Drop toe hold.
Oldest trick in the book. It's old because it works. Jeez Louise, she's definitely seeing stars, and not the Lisa Frank kind, not the cute stars. Oh!
Dragon suplex. It folds up Delilah Doom.
I don't think she knows
and
where
this
she's
is it.
coming or going.
Delilah Doom not willing to let the person who betrayed her, the Judas, the backstabber, get one up on her that quickly.
I don't know if you saw, her eyes were not even open during that kick out. She was still in Looney Town.
This crowd, so many of them still on their feet.
Some of the people in this crowd have been watching these two women wrestle for literally half a decade. They're chanting, "You can't beat her."
You know, I was going to say Simone has probably heard a lot of chants over the years and has learned to let them rush off her back, but this one has to sting because "you can't beat her" has to be something she's thinking herself. This late in the match, this deep into the waters.
You can see it got to her. She's busy talking to them instead of focusing on putting away her opponent.
What would it mean to Simone if she was able to get the win here today? What would that do for her career, able to beat someone like a Delilah Doom on her turf?
You know, I can't even say it would do something for her career because honestly, Simone's career is going great. Simone is at the top. She's doing wonderful. She's won championships. It's in her own mind that this rivalry exists. No one else is feeling it but her. And I think that's what it will feed, is her ego.
An ego like Simone's is a very hungry ego. Simone takes Delilah up on her shoulders. What does she have planned here? Delilah Doom doesn't want to wait and find out. Fights, trying to get out of it. Avoids it. Hits that code breaker. Picks up Simone. Drops her down right on her neck. And this could be the pulse check.
Someone definitely needs to check her pulse. That was a brutal series.
Hooks the leg.
My jaw is literally dropped right now.
Where is Simone getting this?
I cannot believe she picked that one.
Santino Sisters, Women at War, the debut Santino Sisters show. And these two in the main event are bringing it home by pulling out all of the stops. Delilah Doom hooking the legs, looking for that jazzercise jolt. Simone saw it coming, reverses, throws Delilah into the corner. Delilah throws Simone over and just clocks Simone in the face.
You know, if all your big cool moves don't work, there's always punching somebody in the mouth.
But here's, what's this? What's the personal security?
I don't think they should be allowed ringside.
I mean, we've got to put a check here on the security for Simone. What are they doing? Simone hiding behind the security as Delilah Doom goes off the top rope for a dive that should have hit Simone Williams. Simone hides behind these hired goons, stopping Delilah Doom.
I mean, that's why they call it high risk, high reward. Sometimes it's high risk.
Drops Delilah Doom right on her throat on that steel cable, gets Delilah Doom up.
She's been going for this all.
Just a massive move, covers.
Oh my.
In a hard-fought battle between two people who hate each other, as we look back on this vicious maneuver, Delilah Doom had it won with the dive off the top. Simone hides behind her security, hides behind her hired goons, and then drops Delilah Doom right on her throat, getting a disgusting win, Sarah.
I'm kind of speechless, I gotta be honest with you. I was not expecting Simone to be able to actually beat Delilah.
In an otherwise uplifting show, Simone Williams steals one from Delilah Doom with the help of the Goon Squad, the bodyguards. Robs one from one of the most popular wrestlers, the Santino brothers.
The crowd is livid.
Simone Williams walks away with a win, but I want to take a moment.